Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MekHQ and some MegaMek. But first, a very special happy birthday to Varank. I hope you're having the best of birthdays and I'm glad you decided to join us. Couple of things before we begin. Just real quick, I did reorganize the infirmary. I'm giving Dr. Chocolates and Elsa more patients. I took some from Maru. The last couple of missions have been wonky. We've had our non-combat units being pulled into combat missions. So, yeah. Including, in this case, our artillery vehicles, which are supposed to be getting away from a rather sizable enemy force, and our rescue and recovery forces are supposed to be breaking through an enemy force that's many times their own point values. Oh, last minute honeydew? Sorry to hear that. Wow. That sucks. Honeydews on your birthday. That's I'm guessing it hasn't been the best of birthdays then. Let's see, there was also if you're not on the Discord, Gribbly had shared a Humble bundle that is currently on sale for a bunch of Battletech books. Werewolf Emerson, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you around much lately. Daily reminder to go watch Dogram. Have that in my car. It looked great. Okay. So yeah, we had 4 missions all pop up on the same day. We did do well on one of them. We did not do so well on the other. Okay. Oh, the Humble Bundle. Cool. And Werewolf Emerson has the day off, so here he is. Today we're going to be advancing the day. First we have to assign and deploy a unit to this pursuit mission, which is supposed to be our artillery vehicles. Oh, one other thing before I get too far into that. We had been discussing on the Discord the Maintainer special ability for techs. I did go ahead and add that. I added that at a point value of 30. So you can see that under special abilities, we've got Maintainer for 30 XP. I didn't want it to be too cheap. I didn't want it to be too expensive. 20 was definitely too low. 40 was definitely too high. Someone had thrown out 25, but I feel like at 30, I'm still going to use it in edge cases, which is kind of what special pilot abilities and special abilities in general are for, is for maximizing your effectiveness on those edge cases, those specific circumstances that line up. So for some of our text, we are going to be taking Maintainer at 30 XP. It just might not be happening immediately. So there was that. So I had been thinking we could send Galatea on this pursuit mission. Shouldn't feel like a gimme in all cases. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. I didn't want to put it at 20 or 25 XP because I didn't want it to be just, the obvious choice in all situations. So Galatea Lance is currently down a Marauder, and Scarponi is also down with a sprained right leg. That gives him a piloting of +1, and it also takes away one of his hit points. Meanwhile, with Melee Specialist and Master, yeah, Melee Master is definitely kind of broken. Melee Specialist, not so much. 20 XP for a +1 to your 2-hit and damage rolls for Melee. That's kind of an edge case, but Melee Master is, yeah, it's a little broken. especially if you are in a mech that does well in a melee battle. Send that injured mech warrior, they need to get out there and fight. I will actually be, that's what I was planning on doing. The Marauder, however, is going to have to sit this one out because its engine has not been installed yet. So it is not combat ready. What I'm thinking is I'm going to remove it from the TO&E and try to remember to replace it when I'm done. And that was the Pursuit mission, which I need to find over here. Diversion and Pursuit. And that was Galatea Lance, and we'll go ahead and commit them, along with, it was the Artillery, which must already be committed, I'm guessing. Place the Marauder ahead of the vehicles. They'll be so scared they'll turn tail and run. Sadly, Princess does not recognize morale checks. Time to get one of those NPCs in to backfill while the Marauder's out. I guess it's a little late now, but what do we have in the hangar that we could be using? I don't think we have any tech time at the moment. I think we used up all of our tech time last week. I don't have anyone that can get anything out of mothballs. Panther's being refitted. The Wolfhound is without a gyro. Clint is in pieces. The Hunchback is missing a leg. Warhammer's being refitted. Yeah, no, we've got a pilot we could throw in it. Actually, more than one, I'm sure. We just haven't got a mech for them to pilot. Yeah, we've got, my first choice would probably be Ian Turtle again. Battlemaster, my beloved. We go in as is for this one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. We're going to be bringing 3 mechs. The Galatea Lance, that's going to be the Warhammer 8ML with the double heat sinks, the Mark III version, which has ERPPCs and a couple of extra lasers because it has endosteel. Armor is nearly maxed out, and the heat balance is a little on the hot side. The Orion, piloted by Naren Limbrick, has the LB-10X, of course, 4 medium lasers, the LRM-15. It does have case in the left torso, which is where it keeps all of its ammo. The Bigfoot. Do we even... Yes, we do actually have a Battlemaster. That is a bone stock Warhammer, or a Battlemaster 1G. That said, we could throw some double heat sinks on that. I think that might be my next project, is upgrading the Battlemaster. Even with its weak head armor and all. But as far as the Bigfoot, no, I don't think we have a Bigfoot, unless that's like a slang nickname for the Battlemaster. So we are going to be deploying the artillery vehicles as well. That's going to be from the rear echelon. Original name of the Battlemaster. Oh, right. Right. Your second daily reminder to watch Dougram. Let's see. We can't just deploy them from here unless we make them a combat force, maybe first. No, it's not going to let us deploy them. Oh, wait, there it is. That is Pursuit. And we're assigning them to standard against the bot mix. And hopefully, what I plan on doing actually is deploying them off the board and then having Galatea Lance trying to make it to the far edge of the map. I figured that was the most fair way to interpret the objectives here. We do have reach the far edge of the map with at least 50%. I plan on just rewriting that to be Galatea Lance. Or we could destroy our route 50%. And they do out BV us. They've got 9,000 battle value. We're currently rocking 7,500. I mean, Bigfoot fits the Battle Master much better than the original name of the Thunderbolt in the show, which is called Hasty. Yeah, no, I wouldn't call a battle. I'm just screwing up my mech names today. I would not call a Thunderbolt Hasty. So yeah, we've got units deployed for here. Now we can advance the day. Yes, I know we have unmaintained units. We have finished recharging our jump drives, finally. We do have that pursuit mission today. 10 tons of armor has arrived. We've got the left arm on the Marauder. We've got the armor and the SRM-6 fixed on the Marauder. We've still got the left leg on the Hunchback taking sweet time. We failed to get the jump jet off to Clint. Failed to get the no. We're still working on getting the head on the Wolfhound. We did fix the fusion engine on the Wolfhound. We got the right torso on the Wolfhound. We're gonna have the Rifleman in about 4 days. We're gonna have the Panther in what, less than 9, and the Warhammer in probably 7, I think. So yeah, onto the briefing room, and let's go ahead. Now we do have a reroll. We didn't earlier because the artillery vehicle commander doesn't have any points of tactics. But since Galatea Lance with Scarponi leading has been assigned, we've now got a point of strategy. We are at tactics. We can reroll. We got Snowfall. They do have 2 infantry platoons, including a 2-8 infantry platoon with SRMs. They don't have many mechs. They've got a Stinger. Everything else is tanks. So yeah, I think Snowfall is gonna benefit us more than them because it helps cool the mechs down. As a matter of fact, we might even change that to Heavy Snowfall, keep us even cooler. Okay, so we've got Thumper and Orion arriving on round 2. We've got a Mobile Long Tom arriving on round 4. I don't think so. We are, in fact, all deploying at the start of the game. We move as a unit, and in fact, the artillery is going to be hanging back off the board. Never seen counter artillery fire? We might see that this time. We are going to be deploying all of the artillery off the field. Deploy off board. Off board direction will be north because that's where we're deploying from. Works for me. The Orion has auto eject disabled. The Warhammer and the Grasshopper don't even have ammo, so they're not worried about auto eject. And yeah, we might be freezing those foot platoons out. They're starting aboard the Goblin tank and the Kestrel VTOL. Yeah, let me just check and see who's the big bads out here. Of course, no one ever sees the counter battery file, typically before you notice it's already hit you. I mean, yeah, by the time you see it, it's too late. So the Stinger is actually worth, wow, 1,800, almost 1,900 points, with 3 medium lasers and a 696 movement profile and a 2-2 pilot. So that's 3 medium lasers that we're going to want to take out quick as we can. We've got a Patton tank with an autocannon 10 and some LRMs, Goblin with a large laser, the Saladin with the autocannon 20, and an LRM carrier with, of course, 60 LRMs. We've got Striker with LRM 10 and 8 SRMs, Hetzer with 30 LRMs, standard vedette, AC2 carrier, standard vedette, and a galleon with a medium laser. I'm thinking this might not be the worst battle ever. We're only bringing 3 units, but if we can spread them out, we can concentrate fire and take them down just one after another. That said, this is a pursuit battle, so... Oh, wait. I might have screwed up. Let me close out of here. That was one of those platoons, only 1 ton. Which platoon? This one? Because it's only 12 guys. Yeah. Must be. But yeah, I screwed up. I forgot that we were arriving... Wait, no. Everyone else is arriving on turn 1, so I guess we're all just going to deploy at the same time. Yeah, it is weird. Not survive extreme temperature, but they're aboard the Goblin. Yeah, they better not deploy or they are goners. Speaking of which, we do have that one reroll. Whoa. Not much cover on this map. Let's go ahead and make that no flurries. Wait, was that moderate already, or was that light? I was thinking that was light. No, moderate. Let's go heavy snowfall because I've never heard of snow flurries. So far as I'm aware, heavy snowfall is the next one up after moderate snowfall. So yeah, we're gonna make it even harder for pilots and infantry to survive, which the pilots part of that is going to affect us more than anyone else. So we're deploying on the north, we're trying to get to the south. Starting with designated artillery targets. Okay, so we've got some spots where we can just precision fire. I'm thinking most of the battle is probably going to take place towards the north end of the map because we're deploying at the north and they're deploying in the center. I'm thinking right here. And we've got 9 more designated targets we can... Oh yeah, we're gonna just pepper this place with them. How about here? We've got 7 left, we'll go here. I'm not putting them directly in the woods in most cases because the vehicles that I'm going to be shooting at cannot enter heavy woods. Matter of fact, I don't know if any vehicles can enter heavy woods offhand. I know light woods is enough to deter even hover and I believe wheeled vehicles. Go here. Hopefully that's like a 1-turn delay on those spots. I believe it's every 17 hexes is an extra turn delay. Used to be the master of artillery. You need to plot out the probabilities of where the artillery is going to go. Yeah, that's something I've never been super good at. Okay, so we've got plenty of stuff at the top end of the map, not so much at the southern end. I think we'll be fine. We've lost initiative for deployment, which is fine because we're not worried about overlapping or anything like that. We're going to start with, how about the Orion and the 13 column. He puts a heavy woods and a light woods in his way, a series of light woods, but honestly, the battle will probably be over before then. We'll go ahead and deploy there. We've got... Oh, they're also deploying at the north. Right. Let me just go ahead and double check the objectives, because I remember one of them had a time limit that was being weird. Yes, reach the far edge of the map with at least 50% of the following forces and units. Okay, this is not the one with the time limit. The diversion. Hostile forces attempting to delay your force, destroy or bypass them quickly. Destroy or route 50% within at most 0 turns. Move at least 50% of the following forces and units to the destination edge and leave the battlefield within at most 0 turns. So I'm just going to kind of either ignore that turn time limit, or I'll do some back of the envelope math and try to figure out something that's kind of fair. Yeah, also I did notice that the unknown hostiles, the pirates, have a battle value of 0, which leaves us just 1 lance of mechs as an opposition. But again, this is supposed to be a mission performed by our rescue and recovery squad, which is many times fewer than 5,000 battle value. Yeah, I can go ahead and assign a squad to that battle and then regenerate the mission. It should hopefully it'll fix that. But well, heck, we're gonna have to do that today anyway. And that was gonna be Tonga Lance. I know even the one with the time limit is the one that moves more slowly. But it looks like the Stalker is the only one that's damaged. And if I'm lucky, the Stalker's in the repair bay. We can send an Immaculate Stalker on that mission. Should that rescue and recovery squad be marked as non-combat? I don't know if it should, but it is. Rescue and recovery, we can make it a combat force if we wanted to. Stratcon ignores the non-combat flag. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. I just thought it was weird that 3 out of these 4 missions were all involving non-combat units, just randomly. The odds just seemed against that, you know? So we've got the Orion there. Put that there, I think. Maybe small. Okay, there we go. The Hetzer has LRMs, so we're not so worried about that. The Vedette has an autocannon 5, which is not a huge threat. Kestrel only has an SRM2. It's going to be peppering me the whole time, but I don't think it's really going to be worth making a huge fuss out of it. We can put Scarponi in the 10s column. How about the 11s column? He's got 2 light woods in front of him here, but other than that, it's a straight shot down to the 30s. Okay, the Saladin has deployed behind Berloni. I think I'm going to have the Grasshopper deploy behind the Saladin. Try to take him out before he can land more than 1 hit. The LRM carrier deployed right there as well. Alright, we've lost initiative going into round 1, so we are going to have to move first. Indirect fire. I'm going to start with, let's see, that's going to be 2-turn delay, so we're going to have to move twice, because you fire before movement and it lands after movement the following turn. So there's going to be 2 move phases. The Hetzer, for example, has a speed of 4. So we'll go ahead and put 8 hexes in front of him. The Striker might hide behind there. Alright, go done for that guy. We've got a thumper. We can land in this area. Let's see. The Orion, I plan on having at least into Hex 14 by the time this lands. For those of you who are saying, man, that is danger close, because, yeah, I'm thinking it is too. Other than that one, though, I think we're going to be trying to concentrate here on the left side of the map. See who we can hit in the next couple of turns. We'll land in one turn. Oh, and they've got a thumper and a chaparral, and a thumper, 3 thumpers of their own altogether. Alright, so Orion can run for a target movement mod of 2, or you can sprint for target movement mod of 3-1, which is 2. Yeah, I think the Orion's going to go ahead and sprint. Does mean he's not going to be able to fire this turn, but I don't know that I think that's a problem. Scarponi will face these woods so that he can twist to the left and get some laser fire on this Patton, perhaps, at a range of 7 hexes. The Patton has an autocannon 10, so that's going to be medium range for him. He's got an LRM-5, but I'm not too worried about that. The Hetzer is falling right into my trap. He only moved 3 hexes this turn. 2 hexes, excuse me. However, the Grasshopper is pretty well bottled in between the autocannon 2 carrier, the LRM carrier, the Vidette. We can't move through him. We can't move through the Patton. We could 3, 4, 5. We could put a kick on the Hetzer. Yeah, I think that's the move for us. Did they deploy their infantry? Those fools. Kestrel flanking and turning, Saladin flanking and turning. Where did the Saladin end up? Behind the Grasshopper. Yay. Okay, well. Well, the Orion sprinted, so he's not going to be able to do anything. Scarponi. The RPC could hit the Stinger on a 9. He's about to be taking 3 medium lasers to the back, which is going to suck. Alternately, we've got the Hetzer on 7s. We've got the LRM carrier on 6s. That actually... We'll do 1 6, and we'll do a bunch of 10s. Just to build up to 1 point of heat. Oh, chaparral is pronounced similar to shrapnel. Chaparral. The origin is a type of biome. Really? Okay, so it's a chaparral. Grasshopper at the Hetzer. Grasshopper taking a lot of fire into its rear arc, actually. That's not great. We'll do 2 larges. We'll go 2 over for the mediums, and hopefully that's enough to kill a Hetzer. Stunned 2, not enough, I don't think. AC2 carrier landing hits on the Grasshopper's left side, to the left leg, the center torso, the head. Victorama needs a 3 to stay conscious, and the left arm. The Goblin hits him in the right arm with a large laser. It's gonna be a tough thing for him to stay standing at the end of this. Our Warhammer at the LRM carrier hits it in the right side, hits it in the rear, costs it a movement point, but doesn't get the kill. The Stinger LAM missing on a trio of 8s, so none of those medium lasers materialized that I was afraid of. The Galleon missing on an 11, the Vidette missing on a 9, the Kestrel landing an SRM on the right leg. The Grasshopper at the Hetzer landing large laser solid hit to the right side, large laser glancing blow to the right side. and 3 medium lasers glancing off the right side, leaving it with 4 armor, and then a solid hit, and then a glance. Okay, it's immobile, and it's stunned. And it also fired and hit the Orion with 18 LRMs to the left torso, rear, and the arms. The LRM carrier landing 9 LRMs on Scarponi's left torso, down to 11 armor there. The Patton landing an autocannon 10 on the Orion's right leg, down to 22. The Orion actually was the only one that needed to make a piloting check. Needed a 7, got a 9. Would have been a 5 if he hadn't been sprinting. I need to remember that that's like a downside there. We hit him on the kick on a -1. We hit him on the right side, which is enough to destroy him. Stinger kicked Scarponi in the left leg for 6 damage, which is enough to knock him down. I needed a 5, got a 4 to stay standing. Taking 7 to the right arm, leaving him with 15. Scarponi needs a 5 to avoid hurting himself, gets a 10. Grasshopper's at 2 heat, Scarponi is at 1, everyone else is running cool. And yeah, foot platoon rifle destroyed by extreme temperature. We're at 97%, they're at 91%. And we've won initiative going into round 2. So that's helpful. Thinking... Oh, indirect attacks, first of all. Thinking maybe somewhere similar to where we've done this already, but maybe on the right side. The Grasshopper is going to be booking it as fast as he can. The Orion might be making it a little bit more slowly so he can turn. Scarponi is going to have to stand up. That's going to slow him down. But I'm thinking we can land a long tom there. We can land long tom there. We can land maybe a couple of thumpers, say there and there. All right, and those will all be landing after next movement phase. Let's see, the Orion is going to move 5 hexes and then turn. Grasshopper, I think, might actually end up sprinting this turn. That gives him a +3, which is as much as he can get by running. It does mean if he takes significant damage, he's going to need a +2 to stay standing. He's a 3-3. I think he's a 3-4 with that leg injury. Yeah, we'll go for the sprint just to get away from everyone that hasn't moved, that has already moved. Scarponi will move 3 hexes into the back of the Saladin, who is trying to line up on the Grasshopper for an autocannon 20 shot. That's going to be all the mediums and smalls. We're going to need a 6 to get up. And we failed. We got a 5. We fell on our right arm and left torso. We did manage to avoid hurting the pilot at least. We will attempt to stand again at a run on a 6, and we made it. Big Fluffy, hi, how are you? Glad you could join us. The drop is going so far. Our Warhammer pilot seems to be having trouble staying standing. But other than that, we haven't really gotten to the... We're just getting to the part where artillery is starting to land. And it looks like the artillery is doing some good work. Mostly to the terrain, but this thumper... Oh, the enemy thumper, actually, landing hits on the enemy vedette, immobilizing it. And hitting the autocannon 2 carrier and the galleon both on the left side. The vedette takes 5 more to the front. The Patton takes 5 to the front, costing it a movement point. Our Thumper missing, their Thumper landing on their Goblin and their Foot Platoon, killing the Foot Platoon. So yeah, they're dealing with friendly fire a lot more than I am, and as a matter of fact, it kind of feels like they're dealing with friendly fire about the same amount as I usually do. Must have their own Silent K artillery officer. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like for sure. Let's see, the Orion. Just to the right, get eyes on the Saladin on 9s, Patton on 10s, Goblin on 12s. Ultimately, if we turn to the left, we've got nothing. That's going to be shots on the Saladin, I think. And we're going to go... Oh, not what I meant to do. We're going to go cluster munition on the LBX. And that's going to be 11s with everything except the 8 with the LBX. Hopefully we can immobilize him. Scarponi taking shots in the back from lots of people behind him, including probably the LRM carrier. Hasn't fired yet. That's gonna hurt. We've got him on 9s. That's gonna be... I think we're gonna skip the PPCs. Just lay into him with literally everything else, putting us at 2 heat over. Even on 9s, we're bound to hit him with something, just from the sheer weight of the firepower we're putting down. The Stinger LAM, got him on... Oh, the Grasshopper sprinted this turn, right. AC2 carrier hits Scarponi and the Center Torso rear down to 12 armor. The Goblin missing on a 9, the Vedette missing on an 11, the Saladin missing on a 9. Our Orion at the Saladin missing on 9s, missing on 11s, excuse me. Landing the LBX, the very first pellet, immobilizing the Saladin. Unfortunately, that will not be taking effect until next round, as far as targeting goes. We did cost it, yeah, we immobilized it 3 times in a row, and then cost it half of its movement points. The Stinger missing on 7s, the Kestrel landing an SRM on the Orion's center torso, Scarponi at the Saladin, landing 2 medium lasers to the rear and killing the Saladin with an ammunition explosion. The Patton missing on 9s, and nobody needs to make a piloting check this turn. The Stinger kicks the Grasshopper in the left leg, which is not enough to knock him down. He needed a 6, got a 10. Let's see, the Warhammer's at 2 heat, the Orion is at 1 heat, everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative again. We're at 96.8%, they're at 78.6% with 10 of 14 units remaining. And we have yet to encounter their artillery. We should be coming across that soon, because they were deployed in the center. I'm gonna have Long Toms fire just randomly outside of our visual range. And then we're gonna have the Thumpers landing on the immobile Vedette, if we can. And maybe the LRM carrier, or where he's going to be in 2 turns. He's at 3-5, so we can expect him to move, what, 6 hexes? We'll go for right about there. Fired and done. All of that will be landing turn after next movement phase. Next movement phase, not this movement phase. We'll have the Orion move 5 hexes, get a little evasion. Exposing his back, I know, but let's see, we'll have Berloni 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a +3 modifier, and that gives us relatively clear path in front of us. It lets us twist, maybe get eyes on some of these guys. The Stinger coming in behind Scarponi again. Grasshopper will try to land some hits on the Stinger. He ran for a TMM of 2, which is not enough for a mech that size. The Kestrel needs a 3, gets a 6 for flanking and turning. Artillery. Alright, theirs scattered off the board. Ours scattered. Theirs scattered. Ours scattered. Nobody hit anything this turn with artillery. Let's see, the Orion only has a medium laser in that arm. Everything else is torso mounted, which we don't have the arc for. And yeah, he's shooting into our rear as well. We're going to... let's see, Stinger on an 8. Maybe we can land that at least. That would be nice. And the Grasshopper at the Stinger is just going to unload everything on 7s. It's going to be 2 larges and a ton of mediums, putting us at 1 over. Alright, the Stinger landing 2 medium lasers on the Orion's right and left leg. The Orion missing his shot on an 8. The Kestrel landing an SRM to the right arm. Scarponi landing a PPC to the left arm of the Stinger, and the Grasshopper following that up with a large laser, transferring into the left torso, leaving him with 2 armor. The other large laser hits him in the center torso, following that with a medium laser going internal. Medium lasers to the left leg and left torso, going internal there. Another hit to where the left arm was, hitting the left torso. Transferring into the center torso, critting on his gyro. And a medium laser to the right torso. Now he needs 8s because his gyro was hit and he took 40 plus damage, and because of the heavy snowfall. He made the first one, but he failed the second one, taking 3 damage to where his left torso rear was, which transfers to the center torso rear, leaving it with 0 armor. Needs an 8 to avoid damage, gets a 6. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 10. And from there, we cannot do anything to the Kestrel, so I guess we're going to kick the Stinger on a 2. 14 damage to the left torso, which transfers to the center torso, and the Stinger is down. That leaves us with 1 heat on the Grasshopper. Everyone else is running cool. We're at 96%, they're at 54%. We really bring 11,000 to this battle, and they brought 8,000. Well, plus the artillery. Oh yeah, that's including our artillery, which has not been super effective. Kestrel, I think, is the only thing we need to worry about trying to keep up with us. We'll have the Thumpers concentrate fire on this hex. Hopefully they can catch someone in their spread. And the mobile long toms. Yes, that'll be here. And here. Everyone's landing next turn. Let's see, the Orion will go ahead and just run into, I believe this is Sand Hex, which is going to affect piloting checks. Scarponi will also run for 7 hexes. And Grasshopper will also run for 7 hexes. The Kestrel, I think, is going to be the only thing we need to worry about, and it only has an SRM2. Made his 3, get with an 8. We did some terrain damage with our long toms. And the thumper was observed for counter battery fire. Okay. We don't have eyes on anyone except the kestrel. And the kestrel on a 9. Or 11. The grasshopper has, I guess, an 11 as well. Okay, so we hit him in the left side, which opens him up. He hit us in the center torso rear with an SRM. I guess that's fair enough. Everyone's 0 heat, and the snow has begun to accumulate. We've won initiative going into round 5. We're at 96%, they're at 54%. We've got artillery incoming there and there. Let's go ahead, fire there, as well as here. And we should have some sensor returns over here. We'll send some thumpers that way. Alright, and that'll all land after 2 movement phases. Let's see, the Orion can move 5 hexes. Our pony can move 7 hexes. The Kestrel is crippled in withdrawing, so we can ignore him. Galleon is actually trying to make it its way to keep up with us, but I think actually, you know what? We could just turn and fight them at this point. I don't know if it's worth it. Doing a lot of damage to a lot of terrain, but nothing significant to anything that matters. And we've got nothing but sensor returns on the map. Alright, yeah. Yep, nobody's shooting this turn. Nobody's building up any heat. We've won initiative. Wow, this mission is actually going to be a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The only question I have is where the devil is their artillery? We'll send Long Tom. I've seen that hex, I'm pretty sure. We'll fire there, I guess. And there, I guess. Oh, I not. Okay, yeah. Mobile long toms there and there. Thumpers, I guess, here. And here. I mean, they're not going to hit there anyways, they're going to scatter. Yeah, that'll all take place next turn. In the meantime, we can just go ahead and we'll go ahead and sprint 8 hexes just to stay ahead of the guys. Actually, no, I don't think we ever did make sure there was nothing on that edge. But I don't think we need to. I don't think we're worried about anything that's along that edge. We're just gonna let the Kestrel flee the battlefield. And already we're like halfway there. We've done a lot of damage to the terrain, but nothing significant still. We still don't have eyes or even sensor return on their artillery. wondering if they deployed off field and I just didn't notice. Thought they were deploying in the center. But yeah, the rest of this should be relatively straightforward. We've got no sensor returns there. We'll go ahead and just fire here. And here. One time here. And the thumper here. Alright, the Orion thing. I don't want him in the 12 row. So we're gonna move to there. Scarponi is gonna give up some evasion this turn just to go straight over that. And the Grasshopper is not going to, actually. We've converted some woods into rough hexes. We've converted some heavy woods into light woods. We still have eyes on nothing. I'm beginning to think we're not going to, and I'm beginning to seriously consider just declaring victory because I'm sure this is super exciting for you guys. Long Tom's fire here again, I guess. Long Tom, not the thumpers. The thumpers, I guess, can fire here. Here again. Most isn't dying, consider that a birthday gift. Sure. We'll see what the next mission has to bring, but for now you're good. Train taking loads of damage still, but no reports of any kind of enemy contact. And at this point, I don't think we're going. Let's see, we've actually lost initiative going into round 9. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and declare victory now. I don't see any reason not to. This is feeling a little pointless to continue. Alright, so, Thumper got no kills, Long Tom got no kills, Scarponi got a kill, and the Grasshopper, Victorama, got 2 kills. So good for him. We did not control the battlefield, but I don't think we even took that much damage. And for sure, wait, someone did get her. Who was that? That was Grasshopper Pilot, right? Yeah, he took a head hit. I think it was. The Vedette, the foot platoons, we did not get those kills. Victorama with the Grasshopper, MVP, with 2 kills, including the Stinger LAM and the Hetzer. We're going to go ahead and say that we did reach the south edge with all of the forces that we had committed. Did we also force the withdrawal of 50%? Oh, wow. I guess we did, if you include the foot platoons. And that is enough for, we'll just call it a regular victory. We didn't, like, annihilate them or anything. And that does mean, okay, so the Stalker needs to get some fixing. We'll have Jamel, knock this out on a 4. Knock out a couple of 35-minute jobs. 105 minutes will be B on a 6. She made it. And 45 minutes is going to be Tamalika, also on 6s. And that is the stalker done repaired. Done being repaired, I should say. I sound a heck. Did foot platoons deploy in heavy snow? Yes, they did. I don't know why they did. They should have stayed aboard the Kestrel and the Galleon, or whichever, Galleon, wherever they were. They should have stayed there, but they got out and they died. So I don't really feel too bad for them. We've got Thumper needing to be reloaded. We'll have our 0 XP green tech do that. The Cronus actually took a little bit of damage. And that's easy to maintain, so we can probably have 40 and 13, 53 minutes. Have Daniel Apty knock those out real quick. The quick draw just needs some SRM ammo. Well, that'll be our green tech. Long Tom, that'll be our green tech. We're running low on Long Tom ammo, actually. Need to go ahead and try and order some of that. Let's see, Long Tom, we've got 87 shots. We also have 5 shots of illumination, 15 shots of smoke. What is this? Cannon ammo. We're not use Long Tom cannons, so it's really just the Long Tom ammo itself that we're worried about. We'll order another 15 shots just to keep us up over 100. The field gunners, complete that task. Gonna complete that task. The Marauder is all fixed up. It just, oh wait, not quite fixed up. It still has some ammo bins needing to be replaced. That'll be Denise and Acito. Oh boy, we're down to our veteran. Loney, can you knock out both of those on 4s? Barely, but he did, yes. Ethan Labrie will finish doing the reloads. And we're also just about out of SRM6 ammo. We're down to 24 shots of that. They're going to be towards the bottom. That's the M's, which is the biggest section by far. SRM6. SRM6 ammo? Oh, well, apparently we're out of SRM6 ammo. We've just been using our SRM2 ammo instead. So we need to buy 50. We'll buy a ton of SRM2 ammo. Ammunition SRM. Not battle armor, not MML, not primitive. We'll get 200 shots of SRM4 ammo and 150 shots of SRM6 ammo. That leaves the Hunchback waiting on its leg, which should be done tomorrow. The Wolverine is going to need an arm and an LBX. The Spider is going to need its left torso fixed. Fortunately, it's easy to maintain. We can knock that out on a 4 with a veteran tech. Knock that out on a 4 with a veteran tech, and that's the Spider taken care of. We'll take this task. That's just the Hunchback and the Wolverine needing to be repaired. We've actually weathered these 4 missions so far surprisingly well, I would say, considering. Susan can knock out some armor for us on the Wolverine. 130. Oof. She gained an XP for rolling a 2 at least. Can she that out? Yes, she can. Right, who can salvage this LBX? It's gonna have to be a veteran or above. Ediborg on a 2. That seems unnecessary. We'll do Ediborg at 240 minutes on a 4. Endo Steel Right Arm is going to be a couple of days even for her, and even that on a 5. Right torso, we can have that fixed up tomorrow after 15 minutes. Okay, so the Wolverine is looking better. The Hunchback is not looking bad. Flint, we're working on salvaging that. We'll have Veronica Hurst try and take the head off. I don't know why I selected Ethan Labrie. He's got nothing to do with this difficult to maintain monstrosity. We'll have our regulars. Maybe taking 270 minutes on each of these so they can do it on 4s. I guess Shoyab, that might be a couple of days. And Dulfikar might be a couple of days as well. The gyro, I'm not so worried about at the moment. The engine either. Alright, it's coming along. Let's see, in the warehouse, we've still got, I believe we have an actuator needing to be fixed, and the LB10X, actually. We can repair that in 1,000 minutes, but we can have a mechanic do that if we wanted to. We've got Hanlon can do that on a 5, Doodles could do that on a 5. Yeah, we'll have Doodles take a crack at that. And the upper arm actuator, which is a lot harder to repair than it is to replace. Tamalika can get started on that maybe. How much time does Tamalika have? Tamalika has 120 minutes a day. She could get started on that. It would only take her like 4 days. But I'd rather her do that than really anything else. And that's gonna be rescue and recovery and Tonga Lance minus. Well, no, Tonga Lance is now at full strength, I believe. Galatea, we can put Marauder back there. Okay, so that's all well and good. The Marauder's back together. It's just the Grasshopper, really. And even that's just armor damage. So Galatea is going to be ready to ride again here before too much longer as well, as soon as they get back from, you know, their 3-day deployment. And we will send, what did I say, Tonga? Yeah, Tonga. At 10,000 points. With check, yeah, no reinforcements. Okay, that's a pending battle. We've got Tonga Lance, which is Hoser, Warwolf, Ash, and Tsubasa, against the primary op-4 of a Locust, a Vulcan, a Hunchback, and a Clint. And that'll be a full moon night, unless we want to re-roll that. Pirates incoming, unknown hostiles. That's right, we needed to regenerate this mission. Okay, so now we've got a lightning, G15. That's, yep, that's the one with the autocannon 20. And now we've got 12,000 battle value worth of enemy op-4. I don't know if that was a great idea. They do outnumber us quite a lot. They've got a 2-4 and a Scorpion, a 2-3 and a Pack Rat, 3-4 and a Manticore, 3-4 and a Vedette, 1-3 and a Patton. And in this case, they're deploying in the center, and we're deploying... No. They're deploying in the west. We're deploying in the east. Flatlands, Town Ruin. They're trying to slow us down. We're trying to book it. Do we re-roll that, or do we just shift it twice? I'm a little torn. We'll try re-rolling it once, and that'll leave us one shift, depending on what it re-rolls as. Moonless Night. Okay, well. We will Dusk Dawn. That works for me. That's an improvement. And that'll be tomorrow that all happens. Yes, we have unmaintained units, the same ones as before since we didn't control the battlefield. Diversion is today, deploy a force, done, did that. Maintenance on the Atlas. No change, looks like. Maintenance on Ash's Archer. Armor, dropping in quality. Small pulse laser, dropping in quality. Okay, so we need to bump up the Archer to a veteran tech. Is that gonna be Susan? Ooh, that's a tough call. Kostya, how much XP do you have? Not a lot. You have 9 XP. And you're not going to be getting it very quickly with only 45 minutes per day for XP gaining kind of activities. Loni has almost enough, but I've decided that Loni is not going to be a maintenance tech. Tamalika is next closest. She's maintaining the Atlas, so that gives her 120 minutes per day to do other stuff. Yeah, Tamalika is probably going to be the one that gets maintainer. And then we'll probably swap her with whoever's maintaining Tamalika. No, Kostya. But that is a little ways off. Savakaze, not worried about that. 20 tons of armor has arrived. We got the right torso fixed on the Wolverine. We did not get the left leg on the Hunchback. Dang it. We got the head off the Clint. We got some actuators off the Clint. Not all of them. We did not get the head on the Wolfhound yet. Fred Modry is working on that at a rate of probably 120 minutes a day. That was Fred Modry head on the Wolfhound, right? That's going to be about another 3 days. In the meantime, the center torso. Yeah, in the meantime, this thing still has some work to do. We've got an arm, both of its arms off. The Rifleman's going to be about 3 more days. The Panther's going to be about 4 days longer than that. The Warhammer's going to be somewhere in between. We've got a bunch of ammo being found. Most of it looks like will be delivered in the next couple of days. Did anyone gain any XP? I don't see any, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, so now there's nothing left to do except deploy on this diversion mission, where they're trying to keep us from getting across the map. I wonder if the objectives respawned as well. Okay, we have 8 turns to get across the map. That might be a little bit of an issue considering how slow this unit is. That said, we might be able to just do a little bloop and get across there real quick, depending on which side they deploy on. And their big bad is the Patton tank with the 1-3 pilot and the autocannon 10. Their second biggest bad is the Manticore with a PPC and an LRM-10 and a 3-4 pilot. They've got an Enforcer with the autocannon 10 and the large laser. They've got another Manticore with the LRM-10 and the PPC. They've got an LRM carrier and an SRM carrier. We're going to be wanting to avoid those. And of course there's going to be the Lightning also running interference with the autocannon 20. We've got no more rerolls, nothing else we can do. Let's go ahead and start deploying. We are going second in the deployment phase. Alright, lots of craters here. Makes me wonder what kind of thing happened here in the past. We'll have Poser, I guess, taking the lead. He'll be following this path down to here. Maybe he'll follow this path down here, hit 1843, and then scooch up this way. I think that's the plan. Alright, we'll have the Stalker deploy behind him. Actually, it should have been the Stalker in front of him, but I guess it's a little late now. We've got no eyes on anyone. Let's see, Ash's Archer gonna fall in behind Tsubasa, who has Mask. Alright, we've won initiative going into round 1. And we still have, let me just double check here, no blips. I don't want to use that. We have nothing doing blip-wise. Alright, so Tsubasa will sprint with Mask. Hopefully he doesn't make a 10 or a 2. Alright, good deal. Ash will be running as well. Poser running his little heart out. And Warwolf likewise. Needed a 2, needed a 3, got a 7. We've still got no targets. Wow, this might be actually super easy depending on where they deployed. We've won initiative again going into round 2. Tsubasa will not be using Mask this turn because that would be foolish. Oh, I saw a medium, which means that a medium saw me. Poser will continue running, but not sprinting. Warwolf will fall in behind. No rolls during the movement phase. Oh, there they all are. There are a lot of them there. But unfortunately, we don't have eyes on any of them. Stealth mission. Yeah, only we are... I believe we're spotted. It really looks like we're spotted at this point. At the very least, one of them has to have us on sensors. Round 3, we've lost initiative. Tsubasa will be running with mask up this way. That'll give us eyes on that guy and a whole bunch of people over here that we don't currently have sensor return. 3+, we can make that. Okay, so we've got a Rommel, an SRM carrier, a Manticore, an Enforcer, the Vedette, LRM carrier, the Scorpion, the Bulldog, the Patton, and the AC2 carrier. And they all can see Tsubasa. Ash, likewise. Hoser, I don't think can get eyes on anyone this turn, which kind of sucks. Werewolf, likewise, can't see anyone. Alright, Blackjack needed a 3 for mask failure, got a 10. And Tsubasa has the Patton on 8s. AC2 carrier, the SRM carrier on 9s. The LRM carrier on 8s. We'll take those odds. That puts us heat neutral. Do we throw in a shot at the Patton on a 12? I don't think we do. Let's wait until we get a little closer. Ash has the Patton on 12s, has the Vedette on 12s. Let's go for the... Go for the Vedette, I think, is the highest glass cannon quotient. The most bang for the buck, as it were. Oh, we've got the Patton on 8s. We've got the LRM carrier, not available. Manticore is impossible, so that's going to be the Patton on 8s. Or maybe the Vedette on 8s? No, 10s. Yeah. And we'll throw in a large laser for 2 heat. Werewolf has the Vedette on 10s, has the Patton on 10s as well. Has the AC carrier, not in range. Has the LRM carrier, not in range. That'll be a couple 10s. Maybe we can disable the Patton. And we're not going to build up any heat doing that. Alright, so the Blackjack at the LRM carrier hits it in the left side with an ER large laser, down to 4 armor and +1 to driving skill rolls. Scorpion missing on an 11, Ash missing on all of her 12s, couple of near misses. The Vedette missing on a 10, Hoser on 8s, hits a glancing blow off the Patton's turret, and a solid hit to the front, costing it +1 to driving skill rolls and leaving it with 41 armor. Werewolf hit the Patton on 10s, glancing a blow off the left side for 3 damage at extreme range. 43 armor left, and then 2 LRMs to the left side, costing it a movement point. Manticore missing on 12, the LRM carrier missing on 10s, the Patton landing 3 LRMs on Ash's right arm. Alright, Hoser's right is at 2 heat, everyone else is running cool. And we've lost initiative going into round 4. We're at 99% of our forces, they're at 98% of theirs. And I just noticed the unknown hostiles are at 63% of their forces, so they have bombs. Tsubasa will close at a running pace, revealing a scimitar and a pack rat and a wild weasel. Ash, also at a running pace, will try only take one hit from that SRM carrier. Ash has jump jets or no? I forget. Ash has jump jets. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could get out of here in 2 turns. We really wanted to. Hoser, unfortunately, only moves 3 hexes this turn. Warwolf. I think we'll take a walking turn. He'll fall a hex behind Hoser, but it'll make it easier to hit with his lasers and LRMs. And I don't see the point in running for 1 more hex of movement. Only 50% right? You could get the Stalker and Awesome to flee on the south border and still succeed. I usually count battle value more so than number of units. And those are the 2 bigger units. So I would not consider that a win if we got Ash and Tsubasa off the goal edge and Hoser and Werewolf off the south. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the way we're gonna do that. We do have LRM carrier on 5s, presumably 9s. Hopefully we hit with one of those. Better yet, we'll do 2 5s and a 9. That puts us at 3 heat, which is fine by me. Ash has no one within 3 hexes, which is fine because she actually has a medium range specialist. Do we go for the Enforcer on 8s or the SRM carrier on 6s? I think the SRM carrier is our priority. Then we'll shoot at the LRM carrier, I guess, on a 13? No, I guess we won't. Hoser has the Wild Wheel on a 13, has the Pack Rat on a 10, LRM carrier on a 7, Vedette on a 9, Patton on an 8. I'm thinking the Patton maybe? Oh, Ash is taking a lot of fire. We'll go 4 heat over on a 10 against the Vedette. No, the Patton. Werewolf. Also, I think at the Patton, outside of visual range. Oh no. The Pack Rat on 9s maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, apparently long range is all you can see in these conditions. So that'll be 9s and 11s with the LRMs. Alright, let's see what happened here. The Blackjack landing his first hit on the LRM carrier's front. They begin with 4 armor. The Enforcer missing on 12s. The Pack Rat missing on a 9. The Scorpion landing a 7 for 5 hit points to the Archer's right leg. Ash at the SRM carrier hits the left side, hits the front, the left side, the front, and the left side again, costing it 1 movement point, destroying the stabilizer and giving it, what, +4 to driving skill rolls? The Scimitar landing an autocannon 5 on Ash's left leg, down to 25 there. The SRM carrier on 12s, landing 6 SRMs on Ash's right side mainly, a little bit on the left side. We've got the AC2 carrier hitting Tsubasa in the center torso and the right leg on 9s. The Vedette missing on a 9. Hoser at the Patton hits it in the front twice for 5 each. The Vedette missing on a 12. The Manticore missing on 12s. Bulldog missing on an 11. The Stalker at the Pack Rat missing with everything. The Rommel missing on a 12. The Manticore on an 8 hitting Ash in the right arm, down to 9 armor there. The LRM carrier landing 1628 LRMs on Tsubasa. Mainly to the center and right torso, it looks like. Ouch. But also to the right leg and right torso. The right torso is down to 5. That center torso is down to 7. And the patent missing hoser on 8s and 6s. Blackjack needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 9. Ash needs a 4, gets a 12. Ouch. Hoser is at 4 heat. The Tsubasa is at 3. Their Enforcer is now at 2 heat. We're at 97%, they're at 95%. We have won the dice off for last, I should say. So we'll be going last. And honestly, I'm feeling like maybe Tsubasa and Ash could back up, and we could try to engage them at a slightly longer range, try to knock out their LRMs as much as possible, and then follow that up with knocking out their SRMs. And we'll have Hoser advance at a walk. Likewise, we'll have Warwolf advance. Oh man, he doesn't even pay extra for the rough. Nice. At a walk. Tsubasa. Back up 3 hexes. Catch a little bit of cover. And Ash can back up 5 hexes. Be a little bit evasive. Have the Scimitar on medium range, have the Vedette on medium range. And there goes the lightning. Or no, not the lightning. The called. Oh no, it's a lightning, alright. Alright, Ferret, flanking and turning, needs a 6, gets a 4, skids 2 hexes. And then the Scimitar needs a 4, gets a 7. Oh, and Ash is going to be taking so much damage. Lightning. Hoser has the lightning on 6s. Has the Wild Weasel on 8s. Has the LRM carrier on 4s. I'm gonna have to go with the 4s, and this is gonna be our cooldown turn. We're not gonna build up 5 heat with the large laser, when 3 PVCs should be enough to take out the LRM carrier. Tsubasa, no, Stalker. Against the Wild Weasel on 10s. Against the Lightning on 8s. We'll go against the Lightning. Hopefully we can get some crits with the large lasers. Maybe we can knock it out of control. Throw in some LRMs. I wish we could split our targets between air and ground targets, but that is sadly against the rules. Tsubasa, Wild Weasel on 10s, at the Scimitar on 7s. We'll try and take out the Scimitar. We'll stay 2 heat over. And Ash at the Wild Weasel on 12s. I don't think so. The Scimitar on 6s. The Vedette on 7s. Let's go for the Vedette on 7s. Hopefully we land at least 4 of these. That should be enough to do something. We've got 15s on the Wild Weasel with the Pulse Laser. Not going to happen. The Pack Rat missing on a 12, the Scorpion missing on an 8, the Scimitar missing on 10s and 12s, the AC2 carrier missing on 11s. The Vedette's missing on 10s and 12s, the Manticore missing on an 11. The other Manticore landing a PPC on Ash's right torso on an 11, got a 12. Down to 7 armor in that location. The LRM-20 carrier missing on 8s. The Patton missing on an 11, but landing 3 LRMs to the Warwolf's left torso, no big deal. Hoser's Ride. Getting 2 PPCs on the front of the LRM carrier, which is enough to kill it. Warwolf at the Lightning hits it in the aft with a large laser. Hits it in the right wing and the aft with LRMs. Tsubasa hitting the Scimitar with both ER large lasers to the right side and the turret, stunning the crew for a turn. And Ash at the Vedette hits it in the left side critical, immobilizing it. Left side again, but that's it. 3 out of 8 on 7. That's not what I was hoping for. Alright, Tsubasa is at 2 heat, everyone else is running cool. The Lightning needs a 5 to retain control, gets a 3. He is out of control and loses 3 elevations. We've lost initiative going into round 6. We're at 96% of our forces. Unknown hostiles are at 60% of theirs. The primary outfor is at 86% of theirs. Always sad when a plane crashes, especially one of your own. I do not get sad when a plane crashes because I don't use planes that much. It's always enemy planes that are crashing. It's good. Hoser. I think we'll stand still this turn. Tsubasa. Back up 3 hexes. Kind of an angle. Warwolf will advance 3 hexes. Because Warwolf mech is a bit more of a close range fighter. And Ash is more of a mid-range fighter. Ash's armor is also getting mighty weak on that right side. We'll get eyes on this sensor turn. I don't remember who that is, but they'll be at medium range. Or worst case scenario, we can take the +2 and fire on the Vedette some more. Hopefully we can land some stuff on his left side. Or, you know what? We've got jump jet. We could jump 3 hexes. No, that's still short range against the Vedette. No. Let's try walking. We'll back up 3 hexes. That puts everyone at long range, though. That's not great either. But it does protect that right side a bit. Alright. Lightning flies off the map. Not under its own control. I assume it'll be returning under its own control. Real quick, we'll have Ash. Ash has eyes on the foot platoon on 10s. Has the Vedette on a 13 or the Patton on a 12. So 10 is the best we've got over there. Or we've got the Wild Weasel on an 11. Yeah, we'll throw in some 11s and some pulse lasers. We'll go 3 heat over. Hopefully something lands and we can knock out the Wild Weasel. Hoser has eyes on the Scorpion on 6s. Hetzer on 8s. Which Hetzer is this? Medium lasers. Not so worried about him. Where is the LRM carrier though? I want to know. We've got the SRM carrier on 6s. That is... Oh wait, the LRM carrier is dead. Oops, I forgot. That'll be 6s and 8s against the SRM carrier. Hopefully that's enough to kill him. Tsubasa at the AC2 carrier on 7s. Works for me. And then we can throw in a 12 at the ballistic rifle platoon. No, not worth it. And Warwolf, last but not least, at the Hetzer on 9s maybe. Yeah, that's going to be the Hetzer on a bunch of 9s. And we've got some heat sinks in reserve. We can also take out some foot platoon guys on 9s. We'll go up to 2 heat to throw in some medium lasers and some SRMs. That works for me. Hopefully we can kill some guys. Okay, so Ash at the Wild Weasel, missing everything on 11s. No surprise there. Scorpion missing on an 8. Hoser at the SRM carrier hits it in the left side and kills it. The Ferret missing on a 7. The AC2 carrier landing 3 out of 5 hits on 9s. To the left arm, left torso, and right torso of the Blackjack. Tsubasa's down to 3 armor on that right torso. Tsubasa on 7s, missing both his shots at the AC2 carrier. The Vedette missing on a 12. Warwolf at the Hetzer hits it in the front, injured the commander, and stuns the crew. And immobilizes it with a single LRM to the left side. That's lovely. Landed 6 missiles on the ballistic rifle platoon, killing 6 guys, leaving 8 alive. Tsubasa taking a random 5 damage to the right torso and 1 to the center, critting on one of his double heat sinks. So it's a good thing we didn't overheat him this turn. And the Patton missing on a 9 and 7. Everyone's roughly 2 to 3 heat except for Hoser, who is at 0. The Enforcer gains 4 and sinks 4. We're at 95%, they're at 79%. Unknown hostiles are at 60%. We've 1 initiative going into round 7, and unknown hostiles will be coming back on round 11. Tsubasa, like to back up here maybe? Prepare to run this way, maybe get away. Ash would like to be exactly 4 hexes away from the AC2 carrier, putting it at medium range for us and minimum range for him, but I don't see that happening at a walk. Hoser, I hate to say it, but you might have to tank a little bit to try to keep some of the heat off of Ash. I'll try to avoid as much as I can. We'll get 3 hexes from the AC2 carrier and the Scorpion with Warwolf. He likes to be 3 hexes away. Hoser. Maybe not have to tank. Maybe we'll just move forward 1 hex to put the Wild Weasel. No? We don't have eyes on the Rommel. Don't have eyes on the Scimitar or the Pack Rat, but they haven't moved yet. Everyone else is at medium range. Unless we advance. And we've got eyes on the Rommel at short range for the PPCs, or the Vedette, which is still immobile. Yeah, move forward 3 hexes. And Ash will move forward 3 hexes as well, try to take out this Pack Rat. Or the Rommel or the Wild Weasel, whoever's the easiest shot. Wild Weasel needs a 6 for flanking and turning, gets a 9. Tsubasa at the Pack Rat on 8s. A platoon on 8s. Go for the Pack Rat. That puts us at 4 over because we lost a heat sink. Ash also at the Pack Rat on 7s. The Wild Weasel on 10s. Vedette on 2s. Which side do we want to hit the Vedette on? The left side. And we'll do that as a secondary target. We'll do the Rommel. 4 lasers on 7s. We'll do the left side of the Vedette on 3s with the other 4 lasers. And we've got the Rommel on 13s, the Pack Rat on 14s. The small pulse lasers are going to be useless this turn. Hoser taking shots from the Scimitar, the AC2 carrier looks like, and one of the Manticores already. Will be... who are we going to take shots at? The AC2 carrier on 3s. Scorpion on 4s. Wild Weasel on 8s. If we could land a hit on that Wild Weasel, that would take him down. He's only got 24 armor divided 5 ways. But is it worth it? He's only got, what, a machine gun? Yeah. We'll do... the Scorpion at least has an autocannon, I believe. Autocannon 5, yeah. And that's on 4s. Scorpions, if I recall, are not super heavily armored, and we've got him on an 8 with the large laser. Scratch that. We've got medium lasers on 8s. We'll do 3 of them. Let's see. We've got the Patton on 4s. Yeah, that's gonna be what, 4s and 8s. Oh, do we go 10 over, which is 6 over? Probably gonna want to fall back next turn. No, I don't think I want to go that high over. We'll skip one of the mediums. That puts us 7 over, or 3 over, I should say. That works for me. Alright, the Pack Rat missing on a 9. The Scorpion landing a hit on Hoser's right arm. Tsubasa at the Pack Rat hitting it in the right side for 8, down to 8 armor. The Ferret missing on a 9, the Scimitar missing on a 9, the AC2 carrier hitting Tsubasa in the left torso, down to 12. Ash at the Rommel hits it in the front, hits it in the left side, hits it in the front again. Glancing blow. Did cost it half of its movement points, but not a lot of armor. Medium lasers to the left side, and the left side is enough to kill the Vedette. The Vedette at Warwolf hits him in the right torso with an autocannon 5, destroying his searchlight, and down to 22 armor. Manticore missing on 10s and 12s, the Bulldog missing on 11. Hoser's right at the Scorpion hits it in the left side with 2 PPCs, 3 PPCs, and a medium laser, which is more than enough to destroy the Scorpion. Rommel with the autocannon 20, missing on a 12. Manticore missing on 10s and 12s as well. The Patton on a 6, landing a whopping 10 points on Warwolf's left torso, down to 14 armor there. Another tank painted onto the mech, yes indeed. And 3 LRMs to the right arm. The Stalker at the Patton hits it in the front, costing it a movement point. Front with a medium, costing it minor damage, down to 10 armor. And missing the last 6 shots on 8s. Well, that's a bummer. 1 out of 7 on 8s. That's statistically unlikely. Alright, Tsubasa is at 4 heat, Hoser is at 2, Warwolf is at 3, everyone else is running cool. We're at 94%, they're at 68%, and we've got 3 more rounds before the unknown hostiles return. We did win initiative going into round 8. Alright, Tsubasa. I'd like to get up on this Pack Rat maybe? I don't know, that right torso is open. I don't want to lose that right arm. I saw... someone just subscribe or something? I thought I saw something out the corner of my eye. Chemical serum? Oh. Okay, well. Offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Sorry. Tsubasa will be invasive and in woods, which is the most we can hope for. Ash might just stand still and try to take out this enforcer at a range of 6 hexes, which is good for us and bad for him. He did jump for a TMM of 2 into light woods. Thank you, Varenk. I appreciate you moderating that for me. Especially because I'm not entirely sure how to do it from this end myself. Ash, I think we'll stand still. With no ammo to worry about. A breach in the armor isn't the last thing you want, necessarily. Hoser will also be backing up. They'll be taking shots at the Rommel, I think. Which is still a 4-6. We are, let me see here. We are not actually going to be shooting through the heavy wood, so that's actually going to be a pretty easy shot for Hoser at the Rommel. And Warwolf, I think 14 on the left torso, it's time to back up a little bit there as well. The Rommel actually has an autocannon 20, so maybe we don't want to be doing that. Maybe we want to be more than 3 hexes from the Rommel if we can. Alright, the Scimitar needs a 4, gets an 11, the Ferret needs a 6, gets a 7. Alright, Tsubasa at the Pack Rat on 9s. The Scimitar on 10s, at the Patton on 9s. The Rommel on 6s. Well, there we go. That puts us, 6 over. Can't do that. We need to stay mobile. We'll take a couple of 10s just to be heat neutral. Ash at the Enforcer. No, we'll save that for after the big guns. The Rommel on 3s. Patton on 5s. No, the Rommel's got to go. The Rommel has definitely got to go. We'll do mediums on 7s, and we'll throw in 3 of them to put us at 4 over. Ash at the Enforcer on 6s, that's going to be the full load. And the Rommel on 9s with 2, 3, all 4 of the small pulses. Why not? And Warwolf at the Enforcer as well, or maybe at the Rommel. Rommel on 3s. It's going to be 3s and 7s. You know what? We'll skip. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 16 is 42. On 5s. And on 7s. We'll do. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. We'll do the Bulldog on 5s. That'll put us 2 heat over for the turn. Alright, the Enforcer missing on 8s. The Pack Rat missing on a 10. Tsubasa hitting the Rommel in the left side with an ER large. The Scimitar hitting Ash in the left leg with an autocannon 5. The AC2 carrier landing 5 for 5 on 7s at Ash's right torso, the legs, and the left arm. Vedette landing a hit on Warwolf's left arm on an 8, got a 9. Hoser at the Rommel hits it in the left side, the rear, and the left side again, immobilizing it, leaving it with 5 armor. Medium lasers to the rear and left side, leaving it with 0 armor. The Manticore missing on 8s and 12s, the Bulldog missing on 8s and 12s. Ash at the Enforcer on 6s, hitting him in the center torso, 3 hits to the left arm, the right arm, the left torso, the right torso, and the right leg. Small pulses, hitting the Rommel in the left side, stunning the crew for a turn, and the left side again, costing it a movement point. He was already immobile. The Rommel missing on 9s and 12s. The Manticore at Ash, hitting her in the left torso with the PPC, medium laser to the right torso. Missing with the SRMs and 8 LRMs to the left arm and right leg. The Patented Ash hitting the center torso with the autocannon 10 and 2 LRMs to the right arm. Stalker at the Rommel, hitting it in the front, the medium laser, front glancing off the medium laser to the left side of the Rommel, destroying the Rommel, finally. And the large laser's Bulldog hits it in the front, destroying its searchlight. Ash needs a 5, gets a 5 to stay standing. The Enforcer needs a 6, gets a 4. Takes 5 to the left leg, needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 9. All of our boys are starting to heat up. Ash and Hoser are both at 4. Werewolf is at 2. The Enforcer is at 2. Tsubasa is still at 0, but that's only because we didn't fire both of the large lasers. We are going first, going into round 9. We're down to 92% of our forces. The primary outfor is down to 62% of theirs. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Hoser, I think, is going to stand still again. It worked last time. Let's see. Werewolf. The Enforcer has not yet moved. The Enforcer is a 464. The 4-4 pilot. Moderate damage. Ash would like to try to protect that right torso still, and has taken significant damage all over. We can jump 3 hexes into these woods, and heavy woods. Yeah, I think that's the move, for not knowing where our opponents are going to be at this point in time. Tsubasa will jump to here and prepare to escape next turn. Or turn after next, I should say. The Manticore and the Bulldog sticking together. Werewolf. Man, there's so many tanks on the field. Bulldog, 2 Manticores, a Patent, a Vedette. And the Enforcer, which still has all of his guns. We'll move up to medium laser range of the Bulldog and the Manticore, I think. No one's in retreat, are they? No, no one's in retreat. Alright, Ferret needs a 6 for flanking and turning, gets a 5. Skids a hex. Scimitar needs a 4, gets a 5. Practicing for the sniper skill? Indeed. Tsubasa at the Pack Rat on 9s. We've got the Foot Platoon on 6s. There's only 8 of them left. 6s and 8s. Or we can do the Enforcer on 8s. Yeah, we'll do the infantry on 6s and 8s. Maybe we can take them down. We'll go 4 over for that. Next up is going to be Hoser, who I think is going to be shooting at the Enforcer on 5s. Yeah, I think that's our best bet. We're going to go with 3 5s and a 7 to put us at 4 heat. Ash has Nullin at medium range. We've got the Enforcer on 13s. Got 14s there. We've got 10s. We've got 7s on the Hetzer. Might as well knock him out of the fight now. And we'll stay heat neutral this turn, so we can unleash everything next turn. We've got the Manticore on 3s. 3s and 5s. We'll do 1 large. Do all the 5s. I'll throw in just 1 9 just to be heat neutral. Yeah, that works. Alright, Tsubasa killing 4 troopers, 6 troopers, leaving 2 guys alive. The Enforcer on a 9 missing, the Pack Rat missing on a 9, Hoser on 5s, missing his first shot. Unfortunate. Hitting the left torso and the left leg, both of those down to single digits. Hitting the right leg down to 7 there. The Ferret missing on a 9, the Scimitar missing on 9s and 7s. The AC2 carrier on 10s, landing a hit on the Stalker's right torso. Ash at the Hetzer, hitting it in the front, glancing blows like galore. It is down to 17 armor from 30, so that's not terrible. The Vedette missing on a 10, the Manticore missing on 11s and 10s. Warwolf at the Manticore. Hits it in the rear with a large laser, some mediums, hits it in the right side with a medium, the rear some more, immobilizing it, and landing enough SRMs on its rear to blow up its ammo. The Bulldog missing on 9s, the Manticore landing a PPC on Warwolf's left leg on a 7. And the Patton missing on 7s, 10s, and 11s. Tsubasa and Hoser are at 4 heat, everyone else is running cool. We're at 91.5%, they're down to 50% of theirs, and it is round 10, so we can expect the Lightning to come back next round. We've got initiative in the bag. Tsubasa is going to try to get out of here. Let's see. Hoser, I think, is going to back up this turn. Ash. Going to come here in preparation for getting here next turn, maybe. Maybe. That puts the Enforcer at close range for us, which is not ideal. Warwolf is going to be backing up. Now, Warwolf still has plenty of armor. Yeah, Warwolf is fine for armor. Maybe take out this Patton. Patton has AC 10, LRM 5. Not too much going on there. Yeah, we'll try to take him out with some medium laser fire. Alright, Enforcer gets up. Scimitar flanks and turns successfully. Ferret fails, side slips 3 hexes off the field. So that's one annoyance out of our hair. We've got the Pack Rat on 7s, we've got the Ballistic Rifle Platoon on 7s. We'll go 8 heat over because we're not going to be here next turn. Ash at the Enforcer on 9s, the Hetzer on 2s. That'll be the Hetzer, thank you. Wait, is the front where we want to hit it? Yes, the front is definitely where we want to hit it. And we've got small pulse lasers that we can then shoot at the Manticore. on 7s, or the Patton on 9s, or the AC2 carrier on 7s. You know what? We'll try and... That AC2 carrier is not heavily armored. We'll maybe try and screw him up a little with one of those shots, just so we're 3 over. Hoser at the Patton on 5s. I think that's the move. We'll keep the... You know what? We'll fire the large laser this turn. We're only going to need 2 movement points next turn to back up another hex. And the Stalker at the Enforcer, I think, on 5s. He does good. Says you. I'm inclined to disagree, so that's going to be 5s and 7s. We'll go with another 7. And then we'll have some 6s lined up as well. We'll go 4 heat over for some 6s on the Enforcer. It'll help cook your victory meals. Alright, so the Enforcer missing on a 12, the Pack Rat landing 2 SRMs on the Blackjack's center torso and right leg. The Blackjack at the foot platoon, first shot kills them. The Scimitar landing an autocannon 5 on Hoser's right arm, down to 14 armor there. The AC2 carrier at Warwolf hits him in the left leg and the left arm. The Vedette missing on 8s and 11s. Ash at the Hetzer hits it in the front, the left side some more. Front some more, the front some more, and destroyed the Hetzer. Small pulse laser at the AC2 carrier causes minor motive system damage to the left side. The Manticore missing on 8s and 10s. Hoser at the Patton on 5s hits it in the left side, hits it in the front, costing it a movement point, hits it in the turret. Missed with the large laser. The Bulldog at Warwolf hits with 2 SRMs to the right arm, costing us an edge. The Patton at Warwolf hits him in the right torso for 10, down to 10 armor there. Warwolf at the Enforcer hits with a large laser to the left torso, medium laser to the right torso, medium laser to the left torso, medium laser to the right torso, LRMs to the left torso, blowing off his left arm and transferring into the center torso. 3 more to the center torso, down to 13 armor there, and the right leg takes 2, down to 5. Enforcer needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 6. And Ash, I think, will be trying to kick on a 5. Or do we do a hatchet on a 6 with no chance of falling down? We'll take the 6. For 15 damage to the left side. And we rolled an 11, hit him in the left side for 15, down to 3 armor, costing him a movement point. And we are currently past the 2-hour mark, and I owe Gemini some time. So we're going to save the game here. We're going to save it as, oh crap, I forgot. We were supposed to be trying to make it across in a time limit. We failed that time limit. We're just here to destroy everything now. And we will close out of here. We'll go ahead and save that as exit save as well. Disconnected, we knew that. We'll be saving our campaign for the 13th. First time. Thanks for the game. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. I do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. The link to Discord is in my description. And we'll see you next week. Until then, I hope you all have a good one. And happy birthday again to Varank. Y'all take care now.